They are fancy. Oof. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Ben and I'm currently training for a 70-minute half marathon. This is my channel, Ben is running, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Nike Zoomx Invincible Run Flyknit. It's a bit of a mouthful, but this is Nike's newest daily trainer shoe. It's the first shoe that Nike have released that has a full Zoomx midsole. That isn't a road racing shoe. I've used this foam in the Nike Pegasus Turbo 2, which was my tempo day shoe last year. I've really enjoyed running in that shoe, and I've also been racing in both the Alpha Fly and the Vaporfly, which have the Zoomx midsole. So I've used Zoomx quite a lot in my running shoes. I really enjoy it. It's a nice squishy yet responsive EVA foam. So when Nike released this Invincible Run, I thought I would give it a go. So yeah, today I've got it. I have not run in it yet. I'm going to be sharing my first impressions. The shoe came yesterday. I put a shoe on, so I'll share with you my first impressions of the shoe. Take it on its first run. I plan to do a 5k easy followed by 5k tempo in the shoe, just to see how it performs at both an easy pace and slightly faster, and then I'll end the video with my first impressions review, go through the positives and the negatives of this shoe. Okay, so this shoe came yesterday in the post. I must admit I unboxed it and put it on my foot straight away. I've been looking forward to the shoe coming out for a long time now, so I was quite keen. First impressions on taking it out of the box, it does feel a little bit heavier than some of the shoes I'm used to running in. Specifically in this heel area, it's definitely heavier in this heel area than it is in the forefoot. Probably because this shoe has been built with this glide rail sort of technology. It has a lot of padding, which is unusual for Nike shoes, to be honest. It sort of has a hocker, like a hocker Bondi almost feel to the upper and to the tongue. It's very, very plush. Even the laces are these thick cushioned laces, which I'm not really used to with Nike shoes, so I'm interested to see how the lockdown is affected. On the bottom of the shoe, we've got this sort of traction throughout, which is new. I've not seen that on a Nike shoe before, and they've also put these patches here, which are meant to be where the average runner wears down the outsole more than the other areas. So I guess these are like sort of high impact zones, so hopefully to make the shoe last a bit longer, which is cool. Should be a nice durable shoe. So yeah, a few of the specifications about this shoe. It is a full, like I said, Nike Zoomx midsole with a 9mm drop, which is quite an aggressive drop for a daily trainer shoe. So you've got 38mm of stack height in the heel versus 27 in the toe box. That's probably designed to get you up onto your toes, and as you land onto your heel, maybe it gives the shoe a bit more of a rocker feel. That's what I reckon this shoe's been designed for. So my first impressions of putting this shoe on my foot were, I noticed how plush it was. So like I said, we've got lots of cushioning in the heel, we've got lots of cushioning on the tongue, the laces are cushioned. Everything about this shoe seems to have been built for comfort, so it's quite a traditional shoe for Nike. You've got nice decals here, which help add a bit of structure to the shoe, and like I said, the glide rail, you can feel the plastic go up the heel here. It's nice and hard. It almost feels like a cast when you knock it there. It doesn't seem to feel like there's much midsole on the toe box, so you can almost feel the ground quite a lot, which I didn't expect for this sort of maximal cushion shoe. But then because it has only got 27mm in the toe box area, you can feel the ground a bit. And also I think because Nike Zoomx is so squishy, you can sort of feel it come up into your foot, if that makes sense. It's very wide, I noticed, So these, both the heel and the toe box are extremely wide actually, now looking at it. Definitely a lot wider than some of the other shoes I've used. If I get the Nike Zoom Turbo 2 to have a look at in comparison. So here we got the Nike Turbo 2 versus the Invincible Run. As you can see, the Invincible Run is much wider in both the heel and the toe box, especially compared to the Nike. This is my Nike Vaporfly. It's getting a bit battered now. I've put 200 miles into it, but again, yeah, a nice wide landing platform, especially in that heel. Wow, that is really different. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the unboxing and my first impressions of putting the shoe on my feet. So without further ado, let's get on with the run. 5k easy and 5k at a bit faster tempo speed. Okay, so I'm out on an easy run. 5k easy just to feel how the shoes cope with the slightly easier pace, which I think is what they're more designed to. First impressions is I can definitely feel the Zoomx underfoot. It's that familiar bouncy feel that the Vaporflies definitely have. Definitely feel a little bit different to any other shoe that I've worn before. They've got that springy feel. I think because they don't have that carbon fibre plate, they don't quite have the bounce. So my foot feels like it's sinking into the foam a little bit, but it's quite a nice sensation. Well supported. Can definitely feel the toe box and the heel is nice and wide, so they don't feel unstable at all. So yeah, enjoying them so far. So my watch has just ticked 3k. Really impressed so far with the energy return of that midsole. The lockdown is also really nice over that tongue area. My heel feels nice and secure in that back of the shoe with that extra bit of structure there that the glide rail is providing. So yeah, seriously impressed with the shoe so far, especially at this easy run pace. I'm taking along at around 4:20 a kilometre, which is a little bit faster than I usually would go on my easy runs. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm excited to be trying a new shoe, but the energy to return is definitely there. Zoomx is springing me along. Just finished the 5k easy. Went pretty well. A little bit quicker than I usually would, to be honest. My easy pace is usually around 4:30 per kilometre, and I think that was an average of 4:16 per k. So the energy return is proving pretty good with the Zoomx, which I'm really impressed with. In terms of the feel and comfort, the lockdown is excellent. I'd give the lockdown probably an 8 or 9 out of 10. I can't really fault it. My foot is really secure in the Invincible Run. A lot better than some other shoes I've tried. Very comfortable. The only downsides I can think of at the moment is it feels a little bit clumsy underfoot. They're quite chunky shoes, and especially around the heel, it's very square, and I'm noticing when I land it does feel quite clumsy almost. But other than that, really impressed with the shoe so far. So here's the real test. 5k tempo. Let's see how this shoe reacts to a little bit of a faster speed. Easy was really good, really comfortable, but I'm wondering how this high stack height in the heel is going to react when I start picking up the pace. Okay, here we go. 5k tempo. Let's see how the shoe reacts. 3:20 for the first k. Working hard, but still feeling comfortable. First k was downhill there, so let's see if I can keep this up. There we go. 3k, third k in 3:17 there. Whew. Working hard. 100 meters. Let's go. Just waiting for that watch to ding. Any second now, there it is. 5k in 16:53. Whew. Got that watch. Not bad. I'll give you my verdict once I've caught my breath back and got inside. Hope you enjoyed that. So there we go, 5k easy and 5k tempo in the Nike Zoom Invincible run. If you want to go check out my Strava, you can see the splits on there. I think the 5k tempo is in around 16 minutes 53. So I'll just give you a few positive and negatives about this shoe that we've tried out today. Hope you've enjoyed it. So on to the positives. Definitely the Zoomx foam is really bouncy and responsive, just like in the Nike Vaporfly. It's quite a familiar feel, so I really enjoyed running with the Zoom foam. It's extremely comfortable. I couldn't fault the lockdown at all. Probably one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. Probably also because the Nike Zoom foam is so squishy. There wasn't any problem with ground contact, which I thought there might be because there's only 27mm stacked in the forefoot, so really comfortable. And yeah, the third big positive is its durability. I think this shoe is going to last a good long time. No wear on the outsole. I mean, I've only run 10k in the shoe, but these areas of high impact rubber are really going to help. So yeah, they're the positives. A few negatives. So it did feel a little bit clumsy and heavy underfoot when I did start picking up the pace. It wasn't really a problem when I was running easy, so it's quite an unusual shoe in the fact that I'd say it felt faster running at slower speeds than it did running at faster speeds, if that made sense. It was much more efficient at the slower speeds than it was when I started to pick up the pace. When I started running fast in that 5k tempo, I noticed it was a little bit heavy as well, which is another downside to this shoe. And finally, the last negative before I let you guys go is the price, £160 for a daily trainer. Yes, it's durable. Yes, it's Nike Zoomx foam, and it was a really, really enjoyable ride. I don't know if it's worth £160. So, for example, the other daily shoes I use are the Hoka Clifton 7, which I believe is around £125. So this is £35 more expensive. So I can't really justify that extra £35 if I'm totally honest. But yeah, that's my first impressions. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, it helps boost the algorithm. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you again with another running video soon. Thank you very much.